Hey guys, this is Snipeye. This episode we're going to work on finishing up the mob farm. But first, something I promised you guys last episode and never actually showed. Wheat farm is now ready to harvest. So we're going to harvest it. This could be laggy. I don't know. It's not too bad. Lag. Oh, okay, yeah, it got bad. It's a lot of wheat. It's a lot of wheat. It's interesting that we got a little bit of it. That must have been on the very end, and when it broke off the ground, it kind of hopped up onto here, but whatever. Okay, we can now turn this off. It's a lot of water to go away. Okay, so up here, seed to wheat. And in the collection point, oh my goodness. So yeah, 3.5 stacks of wheat, and then even more than that in seeds. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about not having enough seeds to fill this back up, because that was a lot of seeds. So let's just replant these. Yeah, pretty happy with how that turned out. It's plenty of wheat for breeding, or for making bread, or doing whatever. So I'm not going to run low on wheat with this awesome farm. If I redid it though, I'm not going to, because it's already here. I think I would only make it 15 across. That way a single redstone repeater could power all the pistons, rather than having to have one on each side. So I could save on redstone that way. But that's just about one of the only changes I would make. I'm pretty satisfied with how this turns out. Almost done planting too, so it doesn't take too long to replant everything. Thank goodness you can walk on tilled soil now. If you couldn't, this would be a much longer process to replant. In my old world, before you could walk on tilled soil, I had like a row of pumpkins that floated above the wheat, and I had to walk across those and try to reach every spot. I was like, why can't I plant it? It's wheat. I tried to reach across it and plant every single spot, rather than just being able to walk on it now. So it's a lot nicer. So again, pretty happy with how that turned out. And we'll get back to work on that mob farm now. So I'll see you guys there in just a second. Okay guys, we're back at the mob farm. And I've added this and put some signs in. The reason I'm making it one higher is because there's going to fall onto a block that's one above the ground level there. And that block will be controllable by a piston. So if I raise it, then they have a half heart. If I lower it, then they'll just die, and I'll just get their items. So I thought that was a pretty awesome idea. So for the top here, what we do is we go like this. Let's see, still got my buckets on me, thank goodness. Now, it's going to spill all over that island down there, but oh well. One there, and they gather from, actually, we could do one there, and that made an infinite spring, perfect. Then you just do, gonna swim up on top here. One there, and one there. I'm gonna go down and gather, just to make sure I've got water in my buckets. Okay. Now we give it a ceiling. Killed my other pick gathering sand. I didn't gather the sand with the pick. It was mining away the stuff beneath the sand. Anyway. So this roof is going to be extended over all of it. Let's see, we should be able to add in these side walls now. Okay. So now one more roof right here. And now we go down to the bottom. Okay. So we're gonna have a glass here. All those spots. And I'll just pillar up once more. They're going to fall. We're going to need to block the water flow that's up there with signs eventually. They're going to fall and land on that glass there. Okay. Pillar up here. Get up to the top. Almost there. Okay. Two more that fills in that. Okay. And now we do the same to this side. Kind of a long process, but now I'm going to fill in. If you'll notice, the water from the second layer is stopping right there. So what I'm going to do is use a bucket, make it fill up, just like we did with the waterways inside the actual mob farm. Just to help push them a little bit better. It's not necessary, but... Okay. Now we need to get the front too. And there'll be a hole right where I'm standing. But, oh well. Keep jumping at the wrong times. As you saw there. There we go. I think I got it figured out now. And now we're going to use signs to hold back the water. Now I should need to put a sign here, but since the water isn't filled up, I didn't put a bucket of water there. And the water could flow over this if it were updated, but I'm not going to update it, so I only need signs there. So now the mobs will fall straight down. Okay. Now we just need to get down without dying. So I'll do that like this. And go down the safe way. Okay. And I will need to replace... I plan on replacing this entire wall here with glass so we can see the mobs swimming up. But that's probably something I'll do off camera, since that's going to be pretty boring. Okay, so you can see how this looks now. There'll be a hole here and here so I can hit their feet. And now, I brought a couple of pistons. Let's see if I can... Nope. Trying to get... There we go. Get them pointing right where I want them. And actually they're going to need to go down one more. Because when they're extended... No, come on. Okay. When they're extended is when that glass should be at that point. Fill this dirt back in here. Well, actually I'm going to need to wire these up. So I think I'll put the lever right here, right on a dirt block there. Meaning, powering it like this. I'm going to put cobblestone here, just so no enderman can move it around. Again, not strictly necessary, but good habit. Okay. Now, that should... Ah, dang it. The wire there doesn't power them. I'll fix that up. Make it power them. And I'll also replace this wall, because both of those things are not going to be very interesting. And once I've done that, we'll be back and be doing the really final steps here. So, just a second, guys. Okay, we've got this laid out here. So, the mobs will fall right here. Stand here and I kill them, run up, grab the items. don't want to stay here too long because I would be worried that the creepers would be able to see me and decide to explode. So just run up, grab them, back off again, kill more mobs. When that's down, the mobs will fall and just die. Hypothetically. I'm definitely going to put like dirt up or something when I first test it to make sure they don't escape. And I might do some piston thing where if these are down, some pistons here are pushing these up, etc. But yeah, 1/2 heart, dead. That is how it's supposed to work. So we're going to go down. I've got a pick, stack of cobble. Might need a little bit more than a stack of cobble. I'll grab 2. Just to be sure. And half slabs. And we're going to go activate the farm. Potentially dangerous. In fact, I'm pretty sure 2 stacks of cobble is exactly what I need. Okay, this can go up into wherever in my inventory. Actually, it might be a little bit more. And I really don't want to be left down here with not enough cobble. So, you can imagine. I'd have to come back up and then try to go back down while there are mobs spawning in there, and it'd be a nightmare. I'm just going to be really short and grab like 5. 5 stacks should really be enough. Now we're going to go. So what we need to do is, once we get down there, place the corners back on each pad, place the half slabs on each pad, and remove the torches from each pad. So let's just start by filling in these. There we go. Okay. And fill in the infinite pool in each pad. So let's start with that, because that looks, well, not looks, but that sounds like the least dangerous, most easy part of this whole process. Sorry guys, my mouse is acting funky. Okay. Yep, so far no mobs. I was right, this part is pretty safe. The dangerous part is coming up though. Okay. Just about halfway there. And then we start with the half slabs in the right place. Then we'll do putting the corners back on and taking the torches off all in one step. And that'll be the worst step, and then we just have to book it and get out of here before any mobs spawn and try to kill us. And before I even do that, I think I'll run around the edges and get all the torches off the walls. Yeah, I don't think I'd have enough if I had only brought 2 stacks. So it's a good thing I brought a little bit more. Okay. We might be encouraging a little bit of mob spawning already by doing this. But better to do it now than at the end when we're going to have mobs everywhere anyway. I don't really care about recovering the torches because they're not very expensive to make. Okay. Just about got them all. Okay. Now we're going to do the half slabs. They go here, 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 and here. We're just going to do that in every one of these. And I'll make sure that I leave the torches for now, because I don't want them spawning yet. Do not want anything spawning yet. Why did I place the torches in all the bad places? Right where the half slabs are going. Is not exactly the ideal place for the torches to be right now. Okay. That's one row done. out of 4. We're getting there. Oh, dang it. Okay. Not much to chat about doing this. Want to stay focused so I don't accidentally mess up. Because if I mess up, it means that spiders might spawn in here, and since the rest of my system isn't built to accommodate them, they'll jam up the whole system and everything will get stuck, and none of my mob farm will work. So I have to be really careful that I do these exactly right. So don't think I'm trying to be rude or distant. Just careful. What I was worried about before in doing half slabs on these spots is that a mob, when they come up, since there's no gap in the ceiling above, it's harder for them to wander around. But my creative, I tested that in my creative world, and it seems to not really be a problem. And I didn't want to have to like dig out the ceiling around it, because then Endermen might teleport down here. And, well, they're no fun to try and make work with a mob farm. They don't get along very well. Okay. And then the other thing we can do once we're done laying all this out is light up the caves in the area. So I might do a couple of caving episodes, because if they only can spawn in here, if this is the only place they can spawn, then I'm going to get a lot faster spawn rates than if they can spawn a billion other places beside this. Okay. So, lay down the corners, get rid of the torches, go on to the next. And now the danger starts. I don't think they'll spawn really fast if I'm this close to them, but they still might. So I can't really afford to make assumptions. Okay. But so far so good. Don't hear any mobs yet. Or see any, but I'm not exactly looking for them. Thought I might have heard a skeleton. If you notice when you're watching this video, if I miss a corner or something, let me know, because that's going to impact my mob farm rates. I want them to be as fast as possible, so I can use this as kind of an experience farm and also more items. Just about there. At least it's coming. This is not a very speedy process. I wish I could do it faster. But it's an important one, so no skipping it, I suppose. Okay, that marks all the ones on the edge. Now I just have to do the inner 4. Then I get the heck out of here. And these inner 4 are only missing 3 of the corners. That's a nice. Oh, and in some cases only 2. A little bit faster because of that. Haha, glad I brought more than 2 stacks of cobble. Come on. Right, and it is now very dark in here. I'm gonna get the heck out. Okay. So a mob would follow the exact same path as I am now. And I might demonstrate going up to the very top here. Yeah, I will. So they'll just keep swimming up. And then once they get up to the top here, the water current will push them toward here, then they fall. Oh, and I died. That is not good. I will need to fix that. So much for those 15 levels, but now that this mob farm's done, I should be able to get them back pretty quickly. It's still frustrating. I was under the impression I was not going to die. That was wrong, apparently, but frustrating nonetheless. Just a little blob of experience there. Let's see how much it's worth. 6 levels. Not quite what I was hoping for. That should kill them. This should not. I'll wait for mobs to test it. See how they do with it. Oh, here's our first subject already. He's coming up. There we are. Hello there. Yeah, you're just gonna keep going. Very excited about this. 2 of them now. Can't see where that first one went. The glass texture is a little bit in the way. But if he dies... Nope, he didn't die. 2 punches. Let's try the next couple, and then a creeper. Zombies, I think, have 1 armor, and that might be helping. Okay, so he died. Huh. He died. Let's try this. 1, 2. That's not what I wanted. This is what I want. Okay. Still dying. That's bad. It's like too high, or are they taking damage down there somehow? Okay. 1 punch. Perfect. Now, that system, of course, isn't working right now, but I'll be able to make it work later. Okay. And I'd rather have... Just trying to decide here if it's better for me to only have to hit them once and have a couple of them die, or if I have to hit them a couple times and make sure that none of them die. I'll have to decide for sure later, but I think I'll just keep raising this up until none of them die for now. Okay, so it's only 1 hit. Let's try this. And we'll have to get rid of these blocks so we can actually hit them. And build up a small tower so that they can't see us. Okay, still 1 hit. Still 1 hit. And none have died so far, so I think this is probably what I'm going to end up going with. 1 hit. Perfect. And I've already got 13 gunpowder. Okay, 2 hits. 1 of those had 1 of them 2. So, you know, it's not a bad system. I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, a couple kinks that could be worked out, but in general, I like this. Okay, zombie, still 2 hits. Yeah, so it seems to vary between 1 and 2 hits, as you can see. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm just going to leave that as is now, and gather a lot of experience, get back my 15 levels, and then my 25. Eventually get up to 50, but these rates are already a lot more than what I was having before. So if I just AFK here for a little bit, I could get a lot of mobs. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I really want to get that diamond pick enchanted. So I'll be back in a while. Okay guys, I've been here a little while now. Rather than just AFKing, I did something productive, and I made this. And let me tell you, lily pads take a really long time to gather. So, probably not do bridges like this in the future, but I kind of like how it looked, how it turned out. And it leads, of course, directly to my house. I can probably get rid of a lot of this dirt here, this ugly kind of mound. A lot of it was here from before that creeper exploded here last episode. And when it did, I redid the wiring and I was able to make it a lot smaller. So I might knock off a little bit of this hill to make it look better. I will also eventually destroy that. That's going to be a bit of a pain since there's so much water. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. You can see I'm already regaining levels pretty fast. Of course, not like a spider farm fast, but the cave spider farm will come eventually. For now, you know, it's like 1 or 2 hits and lots of items. I've already made 1 trip back to my house, just deposited stuff. Got everything valuable out of those chests, and I think I'll bring that back to base here soon. But pretty happy with this as a whole, because now I've got a decent way to farm a little bit of experience for levels, and pretty good way for farming items. While gathering the lily pads, I did discover something that I did not know about. It's right over here. I haven't explored very much that way, actually. I might do that one of these episodes, but the thing I discovered... Let's see, I think that's it here. Yeah. Giant ravine here. This is probably eating up a bunch of my spawns. So, I will explore it. Maybe this episode. All depends on what kind of time we have, but we do have some time, I know that much. I just don't know precisely how much. So I'm going to check how much time we've got, and I'll be right back. So, I just farmed that mob farm for a very long time. But, got a couple things to show you. First and foremost, let's enchant this pick, finally. Second, I got a new skin. I found extra time and made myself one. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I like it. It's not anything really, really special, but I think it looks good, so again, happy with how that turned out. Yep. I've got some pretty awesome sideburns. So, let's enchant the pick. Whoa. Whoa, that was so cool. This is meant to be Fortune 3. Come on. You're kidding. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Dang it. That's pretty frustrating. That's really frustrating. You know what? I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Still got some diamond down there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next episode.